Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. Fandom, fun, funny. Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast.
Sure do hope Tia gets here.
How awkward.
Tia, who might not be here.
Tia gets credit for being here, even though she's not.
What kind of a good deal is it to get credit and not even be here?
All right.
Oh, Atlas. Hi, Atlas.
It's a baby.
See, cats are showing up. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls. We've got producer Patches in the kitchen. I am barely hanging in here, guys. So
Please don't step on my keyboard. Thank you.
Turning it over. Gamer Katie, you're in charge. Take over.
Oh,
Thank you.
We're in trouble. I'm in charge. Uh-oh. We have to think of a fun fact. This is the hard part. I always struggle. I had commentary that was very snarky during the opening, but I totally forgot what it was, and I'm now panicking.
Here we go. We can go around the room if you don't have a fun fact. I just want, when I say vampire, what's the first thing you think of? TV show, movie, whatever. Go ahead, Gamer Katie.
I never even watched it, but Vampire Diaries.
Me too. Same.
Like the words just go together well, right?
You just said vampire. I said diaries in my head, and I've never seen that one episode.
They just go together, right? And then I was like, nah, Jonna's going to say something about Twilight, I'm sure. So I can let her have that. Nope.
Amazing. John, I can't believe you didn't think Twilight. What's the matter with you?
To be fair, I've been seeing a lot of Vampire Diaries things like on my feed.
Yeah, it's like that, like back, like people are watching.
We must
it
have
like
the
it's
same
new.
feed. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you said vampire, I was like Diaries. Yes, Vampire Diaries. But also Twilight. But I mostly think werewolves when I think Twilight.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
Team Jacob, obviously.
All day, every day.
Patches, when I said vampire, what was the first thing you thought of? I'm sorry, Patches is in the kitchen and his mouth is full for those of you who are listening instead of watching.
Second question, what's for dinner?
Number one. Fingers.
Yes, thank you for asking. It's the Rascal recipe of the chicken cordon bleu fingers.
Ooh.
God, this is a mess. I'm sick. Patches is coughing up chicken.
Gosh, what is this show?
But
this is apparently the show where KJ and Patches die.
Right? But no, my first thought wasn't a thought. It was more of a fantasy, to be honest with you. We
don't watch your vampire fantasies.
Hold on. It was Buffy staking Edward.
Whatever.
Yeah. I don't believe you.
All right.
You seem very Team Edward.
Go back to the kitchen and make my dinner.
I love glittery vampires.
Go back to the kitchen and make my dinner. I'm replacing you.
Hey.
I'm replacing you with Tia.
When we say the word vampire, what's the first word that comes to your mind?
TV show, movie, something like what when we say vampire.
Now I just feel stuck.
It was our fun fact for today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. For some reason, I'm thinking Twilight, even though I hate Twilight, and I don't know why. That's the first thing
I love that.
on my head. No, it's not a good thing. I don't like it.
I love Twilight, Tia.
Yes.
Jesus.
No.
Haters.
By the way, I'm sorry for being late. Literally, my food finished 15 minutes ago, and I was trying to scarf it down so quickly. I was like, oh my God, I need to eat this.
You guys are killing me. I'm gonna
just bring it with you.
I'm gonna have to mute myself a lot tonight. I know that you guys.
This is the worst ASMR ever. We got Patches in the kitchen choking on chicken. We got KJ choking on boogies over here. You know, boogies. This is the worst ASMR ever.
Boogies. Is that what you call them?
It's boogies. Is this a family show? Family show.
I also call them boogies.
Yeah, boogies. Boogies. Got a little boogie in your nose.
I gotta get those boogies out.
You make tissues learn to dance, you put a little boogie in them. Yeah.
Okay, we're done. Thank you. Good night.
5 minute show. It's a
5 minutes
record.
in and we're already done.
It's a record.
All right. Well, I still are having some of the soothing effects of the tea that I choked down before we did this. I want to start out because Katie and Jonna have been hounding me for years. They just never just get off my case about the fact that I haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I know.
And so the series came out on Thursday, and
The live action.
The Netflix.
the Netflix live action series came out on Thursday, and I binged the whole thing. I'm done. I watched it.
So many
you happy?
questions.
Yes.
Yay.
What
I'm
did
so
you
happy.
think on a scale of 1 to 10?
Okay, and yes, I see comments are coming in. Please please
If you were
comment.
gonna trash Avatar: The Last Airbender, don't comment.
I mean, how can you trash a masterpiece? That's like saying the Mona Lisa is bad.
I mean,
Well-
it's not like great.
So I would like to know from your perspectives, who are such big fans of the original. I can't believe anyone is listening to me talk like this. And you should have heard me like an hour ago. I was like,
And originally this was going to be Monday, so it was going to be
know
worse.
my dad.
Look, I saw KJ on Sunday. I saw KJ on Sunday, and she was like, "Hey, Jenna, what's up?" I was like,
We're going to need subtitles.
And I literally didn't even. I was on the couch. I was just laying like, "Hey, John, what's up?"
So in your sickness coma, you watched Avatar.
I did.
What'd you think?
I felt like the story was good, and I followed it really well. I felt like the acting wasn't great at times. Why is everybody quiet? Okay.
Well,
I know
sorry,
you
I'm
want to
texting-
love it. I know
Excuse
you
me,
love
I'm
it. I
texting
don't
my
want to
boyfriend
say.
right now.
I don't want to
Well-
say bad things about it.
Let
but I
me
felt-
let me have the hot take then.
Okay.
Wait,
cool.
John. Wait, first of all, hang on. No, wait. Pause.
Okay.
Everything. Jonna has a boyfriend.
Okay, he's not officially my boyfriend yet. He's my boyfriend. He just doesn't know it. Okay.
Prince Zuko.
Yeah.
Ah, if Dante Bosco wanted to be my boyfriend, I would absolutely be like, hell yeah.
I mean,
Tia,
who wouldn't?
on not to
like
get
married
like
now or
totally
whatever.
derailed, Tia, but on Valentine's Day, I had the psychic matchmaker on my show, and so she said she'd do readings, so she did a reading for Jonna, and she told her that the guy is the guy. So
my soulmate.
Jonna hasn't gotten bold enough to like take it any further, but the guy that she's interested in is the guy.
Who's my
Mm.
soulmate?
Right.
So anyway,
We're
okay,
making
back
eye
to the
contact now.
Ooh.
guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry. In radio we had cough buttons, but this is low budget.
We had
guys.
cough. Look,
Also,
every
I
time-
didn't watch
every time you're gonna
Avatar,
cough,
so-
just say cough.
Tia, you didn't watch it.
I've never watched Avatar, not like the original or the
Oh
current.
boy!
So
All right, for
that's
the
why I'm
sake.
quiet.
Okay, all right. Goodbye.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. How could you?
So I'm gonna turn it over to you. Those are just my thoughts, but I really was trying to enjoy it for the sake of the story and how much you guys love it and really give it a shot. But I was incredibly distracted by what I felt like was not good acting.
See, this is why you have to watch the OG.
So
Animated. The animated goes so much faster.
yeah,
dude.
the lukewarm take, right, is like animated series, top tier,
Top
gold,
tier.
number one.
Mhm.
This, like,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a good tribute to the
I
cartoon.
give it
It's
I
good
gave it
tribute.
an 8 out of 10. If I'm being honest, I thought it was
movie
pretty
we
good.
never talked about.
Right.
Yeah.
The movie that shall not be named.
Yes. Like when people say Avatar the movie, it's important that you say, "Oh yeah, the James Cameron one, right?"
Yeah,
Not
the
that
blue
one.
people.
Yeah.
You gotta say the blue people one. Because we don't
Which
talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie.
No.
I've also never seen the Blue People one, so
I watched the first one and
pretty
I was
good.
not impressed.
I liked it. CGI was
No.
beautiful.
I mean, if we're gonna totally get off track here, I was like, "Ooh, it's a metaphor for colonialism." Got it 3 hours ago. I didn't need the whole movie.
Oh, that's so funny that's what you got out of it. I got out of it. Oh, so it's Romeo and Juliet, but with blue people. Got it.
I was like, no, not impressed. And like, I'm a huge fan of James Cameron's other works, Titanic, right? But like, this one just didn't do it for me at all.
No.
And then they had another one, and Eric watched it on the flight to Norway, and that was like half the flight. I'm like, you're still watching this? Yeah.
Movies.
And now there's going to be another one, I think. I don't know.
10 years to make them.
It takes so long because they're 4 hours long.
Back to Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Netflix series. So you guys are just kind of like, oh, it was okay. It was fine.
I quite enjoyed it as a person who loved. If you want to go and read my review of it, you can go to kjontheair.com.
Ooh.
Nice plug.
Thank
Yeah.
you. But I don't know. I really liked it. Like I didn't go in it with any like super high expectations or anything. Stop looking at me like that. I didn't have like super high expectations or anything, but like I thought it was good for what it was. And a lot of people said it feels like it goes really fast, but that's because like you're getting 8-hour long episodes.
Well, the show did too. It was 20-minute episodes on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, but like those were like 20, 25-minute episodes. Like they weren't, and a lot of some of them were like filler episodes. They didn't move the story along like you think that they would.
Yeah, so, with the water scroll,
yeah,
and then like Katara's dead mom, and like the redemption, whatever,
like all
and
of
then
that.
the library.
Yeah, like it's not something like in the animated series. There's those filler episodes that don't move the story along. But with this, they just cut out all of the extra, and they were like, "This is the story. This is the plot. This is what we're doing." I personally am rooting for a season 2.
I felt like it was
like a season 2.
It's set up for a season 2. That's how.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the show was. The animated show was 3 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, it was water.
Earth,
or no, it was air, water, earth, water, earth, fire.
Well, he already knows air, so isn't it? Earth?
I think it's water, earth, fire, right? That's the 3 seasons. They're 3 books.
Oh,
yeah.
Because it's like whatever skill he's learning.
Because he knows, he already knows air.
Yeah. Gyatso, I think, was my least favorite part of this version of Netflix because, like, it kind of defeated the point of his sacrifice. But other than that, Monk Gyatso. So the one at the very beginning that in the cartoon, he is Aang's mentor.
Yeah,
and he basically like killed all the Fire Nation that was attacking the temple, like just massacred him himself. Yeah. And then this one, he's like a meat shield for like 30 seconds, and that's it. So I felt like that was like not necessarily the same, but I mean, it was fun to watch. I enjoyed it when I was watching it, so I can't complain, right?
Okay,
like, it was okay.
Yeah.
I agree with Ryan. His comment.
Yes.
Look, anybody who is gonna play Uncle Iroh,
gonna make me cry my eyes out,
bro. Like, that scene where they're at his son's funeral and Zuko sits. I was like, why are you guys doing this to me? I feel like they did a really good job of like, because I mean, in the animated series, you see their relationship kind of build, but like you don't really get a lot of backstory as to like how it built together. So I feel like they did a good job of like pushing that together. Okay, can I get off topic for like 2 seconds?
We'll allow it.
It's still about Avatar. It's still about Avatar: The Last Airbender, but it's not something that moves the plot along or anything about the plot.
Is it my favorite Philo episode, Zuko's date?
Oh, I love that episode. So good, right? No, let's talk about how hot Daniel Day Kim is for like 2 seconds. Because
Tia's like, I'm in.
I mean, that's uncontested. So
yeah, I'm gonna go find a screenshot of Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord Ozai. Girl,
I know.
Okay, had me laying on my couch like I was like, ah.
So first off, like in the cartoon, Ozai is our very own Luke Skywalker, right? Like the voice actor. And then they turn around and they give us this where he's now handsome. And I'm like, maybe he has a point.
I really was like, please do not make me attracted to Fire Lord Ozai.
I know.
He is a bad guy. Like, and it's not even like he's a morally gray bad guy.
But
like,
handsome bad guys always have a point.
He's a bad guy. Like, he's not like, you know, the guy who kills people for like a good cause or anything. Like, he's just a bad person.
He's just bad. Yeah.
But like they got Daniel Day Kim to be Fire Lord Ozai, and then when he was doing the fire bending thing, and woo!
You're like, you know what? He has a
It's
point.
getting hot in here.
The girl was. I was unwell over here. Okay. The cats were looking at me like, "What's your problem?" I was like, "Leave me alone."
They did pick
It's
a very
Daniel
pretty
Day Kim.
cast. Yeah.
Everybody was so pretty. I also felt like Azula's character was like way younger.
Well, she's only supposed to be like 14.
Really? Because the
Yeah.
girl in the animated
Because
series,
Zuko's 16, right? Like,
Azula definitely in the animated series seemed like she was older than 14 years old.
no, she was 14 and Zuko was like 16, 18. They were all young, and then Aang was like 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the
Also-
first. Go ahead, KJ. Sorry.
I don't feel, Jonna, like I got the greatest redemption arc of all time vibe from the series.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. I did.
You don't understand the transformation that Zuko goes through in 3
Like,
books.
you have to watch
Just watch the cartoon. It takes like an afternoon.
literally an afternoon to watch.
And, like-
I'll come over there and watch it with you. Okay.
An
You're gonna-
afternoon.
you're gonna
you
go
said
to
it
the
was
next
like you
TopCon.
said it was like three series.
It's
It's
three
3
seasons.
seasons. Yeah.
With 22
You guys, Buffy
episodes
wants
that
to
are.
say hi.
Hi, Buffy. Look, Buffy, you just missed your brother. He was just over here being a terror.
I love the kind of nerdy girls. I don't have to be professional though.
There are 61 episodes that are 20 minutes long.
Oh, you could do that.
So let me
You
crunch
hear
some
that,
numbers
KJ?
here.
You can do that.
We'll do that when Tia's here for PopCon.
We're not gonna have time.
That's only 1,220 minutes, which is 20 hours. You could do that.
Do that.
You just said I could do that
Do
in
that.
the afternoon.
You could do that.
If you watch it like 2x speed, just do that.
KJ,
You
you
could
wake
do
up
it.
at like 4 a.m.
You could do it. You could do it if you really wanted it. And you do. Because
I
once
don't
you
know
get
if
to
she
the
wants
comment
to.
arc, oh, it gets good.
It's just KJ. Like, you think I'm being so dramatic over here when I say
She's
it's the
not. She's
greatest
undermining
redemption?
it.
Like, you don't even understand. It's just like, because in the
I
first
don't.
season, he's all like, "I need my honor back." Like, my dad burned
My
half
honor.
of my
My
freaking
honor.
face because I was disrespectful, and he
My
sent me out
honor.
on an impossible mission. And
My
now I'm gonna
honor.
find the Avatar, and I'm gonna bring him back to my dad, and then he becomes friends with the Avatar,
Yep.
and he helps him learn airbending,
Yep.
and helps him take his father's powers
Yep.
away, and it's just so good.
Andy goes on a date. Andy opens a tea shop with his uncle.
Oh,
He opens a
God.
t-shirt shop?
Tea shop. Yeah, drinking tea. Let me tell you, like he goes all refugee for a while, and then he's the blue mask or whatever for a while, and he goes on this like self-discovery journey, and it is very beautiful.
Look, and then at one point he like
Andy gets a
goes-
good haircut.
Yes, once he cuts off the ponytail, he's better.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
he gets so much, and he like goes back to the Fire Nation because he's like, no, this is what I want. I want to be the next Fire Lord. I want.
We got to turn
be-"
this place around.
Exactly, but his
Yeah.
dad's like, hell no, we're not doing that. And then Zuko's like, you know what? F you, Dad. I'm gonna go help the Avatar. And then he goes and he helps the Avatar.
Yeah. And he's like, no, I'll teach the Avatar firebending because why not, right? And then there's dragons. Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey guys,
Hey.
Zuko here.
You are seriously missing out. It's so good.
Oh god.
Well-
I'm getting so worked up over here.
Well, because we love Zuko. It's
I'm
fair.
getting hot. I put this sweatshirt on before I came on here, but I might have
I
to
think
take
you
it
might
off.
have to take it off.
Oh my god.
I agree with Ryan, though. You got to do it.
Thank
Yes,
you.
oh my god.
How can you face him and not have listened to his greatest work? Besides
I
American
know.
Dragon Jake Long, okay?
Besides American Dragon Jake Long,
Yeah.
because that's all. Anything Dante does is a banger, okay?
Mhm.
No matter what. He just
He doesn't sign on to a project unless it's gold.
I just want to cry because I love Zuko so. Look at this.
Agreed. Agreed.
Look at my little.
I
I
agree.
could've- Look at
100%.
him. Look at his.
100%.
He just went through so much just to become a better person.
Yeah. And then there's one like filler episode where he realized like he's growing a heart like Grinch style, and he has like a fever and he gets all sick, and his uncle's like taking care of him, and it's because he's growing like a morality. It's hilarious.
So
You
good.
guys,
And
all I
his
want.
relationship with his uncle is just everything, right? Because like he's just the dad that he never really had, and then Zuko is
And
like
then
replacing Iroh's son.
Yeah.
And like even though like Zuko was like being a piece of shit at one point, Iroh was like, I still loved you.
Why would he go on this like mission that is never going to have a successful point with him unless he loved him? And he was with him every step of the way, and like he's like running this gang of old people on the side, and it gets wild.
Jacked old people,
Yeah.
man. Like, bro, it's wild.
Oh, yeah.
I would fight you guys more, but I don't feel good.
You don't feel good because you don't have Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon, in your life.
If you watched it, you would love KJ. You would love.
You
it.
would. You would
love it.
To my
honestly, so good.
defense, the only thing I've seen of Zuko is the series, the 8 episodes that I just watched, and I'm just saying that in those 8, I wasn't personally attacking you. I'm saying in those 8 episodes, I did not get.
But that's a national disgrace.
Yeah, but I mean,
you're doing a disservice to Zuko.
Even in season 1 of the animated series, you don't get a lot of like Zuko's gonna be a better person. Like
he's a butthole for the whole first season.
Yeah, but like season 2, he's like, okay, I'm becoming a better person, and then he has this little thing where he's like, maybe not gonna be a good person. And then season 3, he's on Team Avatar the whole time.
Yeah, he's like teaching him firebending, and then there's dragons, and then there's the comet that's coming, and then
Also, I agreed. I don't know. Somebody made a comment, or I don't remember which one, but I agreed. Like, I was like, "What's this kid have to offer? He hasn't trained at all. Like, he's been traveling."
That's the point.
Like,
yeah,
that's the point.
And like, it's
why are we putting? Everyone continues to be like, "Oh, he's the Avatar." I'm like, this kid hasn't done.
But that's the point. Like he was 12 and he didn't want this giant power and legacy thrust upon him, so he chose to run away, right? Like he chose, I want to run away. And then the world just, goes while he's gone. And then he comes back and he's like, I have to fulfill my destiny. These people need me. And he grows into that role.
But it's like so wild though, too.
Listen, like it looks like Tia's over there packing up because she's done with us. So
she doesn't go anywhere. I curated this gaming update just for her.
Okay, charge.
Okay.
I'll just say, KJ, if you ever want to watch the animated series, I will watch it with you.
Me too. I would watch it all over again. I've watched it like a million times. I'd watch it again.
So good. I'm just like, I'm literally like about to cry over here because I love it so much.
Jonna and I so rarely agree on something so wholeheartedly.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. It's time to talk about something that Tia would like to talk about.
Okay.
Love it. I was going to say it's kind of amazing because I've never seen Jonna and KJ simultaneously geek out about something. So it's like world peace over here.
That's the power of the Avatar, baby.
Power of Zuko. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I literally can't wait to see Dante again.
Well, he is coming to PopCon April 26th through.
And you're going to look in his beautiful eyes and not have watched that show.
Right. He was at the premiere of the new show.
Yeah.
I didn't even moderate his panel. I left
You did. I was there.
to you because
You're going to look in his beautiful eyes and not have watched the show?
I don't have to look at his beautiful eyes. I can walk past his booth.
How audacious.
KJ was like,
how do you hang up this thing?
You
Can
can't
I leave?
You
I'm
can't
leaving.
make
Me
me
and
look
Finn,
at,
you're doing our own podcast.
Yeah. The We Love Zuko podcast.
you can't make me look deep into his eyes.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
All
Anyway,
right, I'm gonna
look
turn
at
it.
Tia over here falling asleep. Okay.
I'm gonna turn it.
it's
over
just been
to-
a long day, guys. I'm sorry.
Tia, you don't know how much caffeine I've had today, okay?
It's showing. Go ahead, Gamer Katie. I can't do any sound effects. I can barely
I got you.
alive.
I got you. Poo poo, pa choo, pa pow, pa pow.
Thank you.
Choo, 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 choo. Oh no, that's not.
Yes.
We'll save that one. We'll come back to that. I have 2 updates. Would you like the first or the second first?
The second.
They're both of about equal value.
Okay, I'll take number 2.
Number 2, we
Yeah.
just got our teaser for Pokemon Legends Z.
Ooh.
And honestly, very not impressed.
Okay.
So, love Pokemon, played them all, been around for a long time, huge fan. It kind of seemed lame. It was very like Tron, but Pokemon. So I'm thinking it's like some like virtual reality thing. Like every time they make fun of Facebook on some cartoon, virtual reality. But it's called Pokemon Legends Z. It comes out 2025, and it looks like it's related to X and Y because XYZ makes sense. But they also featured Lumiose City, which was one of the cities in the game. It's the one made after France, so it's got its own Eiffel Tower and stuff like that. But it's also supposed to be a sequel to Pokemon Legends Arceus, but that happened in the past, and X and Y happened present time, and I'm not sure how that's going to work. But we'll see. I think we're running out of ideas because we're just kind of doing things over. But
which Pokemon game was it that you played that the motorcycles were Pokemon?
that was the most recent one. That was Scarlet and Violet.
Okay.
And it's still not much better. Like it still runs like garbage,
I actually thought, wasn't that the Transformers video game, if that was the case?
You could have fooled me. I don't know. And then once you get on the motorcycle, you're running over all the tiny Pokemon because you can't even see them. So it's an instant battle. I'm not getting anywhere. Horrible.
I'm not getting anywhere.
Unlike the new Pokemon they made for that one, it was like a cat, but it's white. I'm like, ooh, wow, that's awesome. That's very nice. This one's a motorcycle. I'm like, oh, very impressed. I know.
That's when you're running out of ideas.
Yeah. I mean, there's more than 1,000 Pokemon, so
that's so many.
Yeah, but I was hoping that with Pal World having so much success, which is basically Pokemon with guns, and then you make them do slave labor, it's weird. But it's very interesting, and I was hoping with the success of that, they may rethink this a little bit. No, we're just gonna do Tron Pokemon, I guess. I don't know.
They're like another popular thing, but Pokemon.
Yeah. So we'll see. 2025. I'm gonna pay for it because I'm a loser, and I will buy them all anyway. Yeah, I mean, I do the same thing with Fallout games. I knew 76 was going to be bad, bought it anyway at full price because I'm an idiot.
There's just some things that you can't, let go. You got to have them all.
It's true.
Yes, and I have it all.
I was thinking about that the other day, not to interrupt your gaming updates and everything, but
that's what the show's about, Tia.
Katie, have you ever played the SSX series, the snowboarding games?
Oh, way back when? Yeah.
But I was thinking about that because, of course, I'm a loser and break out my PS2 because I don't want to play new games. I want to play old games. But I'm looking, there's 6 of the SSX games and only 2 or 3 of them are good. And it's realistically, why did I buy the others? I haven't even played, but it's because my obsessiveness
I'm an idiot.
Was I need to get all of them. Yeah. It's got to get the new one, obviously. And then it's okay, so realistically, it's been over 10 years. So I should probably throw out the ones that I don't play. I can't throw them out.
No,
I would like to point out, Tia, that I still have a PS2.
Yeah,
it's her most recent gaming system.
No, I have an Xbox 360.
That was around the same time as the PS2. It's not.
And she still doesn't play. Girl, the best Harry Potter game almost ever. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy is pretty good. But the best Harry Potter game ever was on the PS2.
Which one?
What was it called? It was
I have Harry Potter Lego.
That one's pretty good too.
All the Lego video games are fun.
It was called Harry Potter PlayStation 2.
Good to
but
know.
It was each book was a game, and and you could run around the castle, and everybody looked terrible because it's the PS2, but you knew who Hagrid was because he took up half the screen, and it was gorgeous.
Okay, I could probably get it for like $4.
12 on eBay.
I feel like that's
Not bad.
overpriced.
All
Do
For
right.
a disc replay, you could probably get it for cheaper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
There
someone
we
will
go.
just give it to you at this point.
All right. What's
That's
your other
true.
update?
Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying, Tia, it made me think of you, but I'm not sure why.
Okay.
Honestly, Tia sends me so many reels, and I'm like, I know she's thinking about me when she sends me this, but I don't know why.
I just go and was like, hey, you should watch this and everything. It's fun.
You ever
I
heard of
laughed
a
at
game
it.
called The Mortuary Assistant?
Wait.
That's gross.
If like some, because I watch a lot of the YouTubers who,
Mm-hmm.
play it and everything. Who play, if like Daz Games has played it, or like some of the other ones, then I might have seen it.
It's the one where it's the girl and you're the night shift at the mortuary and you have to prepare the bodies and then they start acting all spooky. Yeah, that one.
I've seen
Acting all
videos on that.
No, seriously, like they stand up at the windows, they turn and face you, and they're like, there's a subplot that they're like cursed, and you have to, while you're preparing the bodies, which you have to like put in the chemicals and you have to cut and slice the body and whatever. While they're doing that, they're acting all spooky, so you have to like banish the curse. That's the subplot of this game. Yeah, it's wild.
No, thank you.
The people who made that game are making a new game in 2026 based on the Paranormal Activity movies.
Oh no,
Movies
thank
are
you.
awful.
They'll probably do a really good job.
So
honestly.
the first movie was good. Everything past that was not good, right? And I remember going to the theaters and paying big kid money to go watch the first Paranormal Activity. And I was like, it's very Blair Witch. People were like, this is the scariest thing ever. And I was not very frightened. I was most frightened because her name was Katie. And I was like, oh, that's me,
That's me.
Like, that was the scariest part. And like the getting dragged down the hallway thing was kind of spooky, but that's about it. What's interesting to me about this game is they have something called a haunt system. So the last game I played this was Silent Hill Shattered Memories on the Wii, remember? Remember the Wii? Yeah. So this one, it learns your play style as you play. So if you're skittish and you like avoid the monsters, there will be more monsters that attack you.
Oh my God.
If you, if you attack everything, bigger, scarier things will attack you. If you make decisions that are like squeamish and avoiding the issue, it'll change the game based on what your decisions are made. This game is going to do the same thing.
No, I don't
so
like
it's going to alter the types and intensities of the scares based on the decisions you make in the game.
I don't like that.
Not that
I think
would
we
ever
should
play one of these games, but dang,
Yeah,
No.
would we not?
That's messed up.
I don't know. I'm like kind of interested.
Mm-mm.
All right, well you can do that at home by yourself because I'm not gonna come over for that one.
I get really freaked out by video games like that.
Mm.
Well, that's the point. It's psychological,
No, thank you. Leanne just bought the OG Red Dead.
which is
the
amazing.
Revolver
was good.
Revolver.
Redemption was good. Zombies was good.
but RDR2 is golden. Sorry.
Yes. Eric's playing through it for the first time right now.
How far is he?
He just got, I have to whisper because he might hear me, but he just got to the part where the guy coughs on his face and thus sends it downhill for the rest of the game. Yep. You guys didn't play the game, did you? Okay.
I played it.
I'll give it a little bit of spoiler. So I'm going to warn you, even though the game's been out for like multiple years at this point. The main character, Arthur, he dies of like tuberculosis because some guy that he tried to collect debts on coughed in his face. So as you play this game, he gets progressively sicker and sicker. And he does like his last stand with the gang because the gang's like tearing each other apart. And then you like his ending shots like him laying on the ground watching the sunrise while he's dying. And you're like, what?
Because the thing is,
he is getting so emotional.
But there's multiple endings based on if you had like a good Arthur or a bad Arthur, right?
Because Arthur Morgan, it's like he starts off as this like rough and tough outlaw and everything, and then through the course of the game realizes that he's like completely failed in dedicating his entire life to this guy who is just leading him down a bad path. So he's just trying to Dutch Vander. I have a plan.
We're gonna go to Tahiti. Yeah, whatever.
And so then as Arthur is like dying of tuberculosis, realizing that he has to make do with the little bit of time he has left, trying to like make this final stand, and it's a video game, right? You're playing as
You're
this
just like bawling your eyes
hours
out.
and hours, and he's literally just like, I gave you all I had, Dutch. He was like,
Then Micah, piece of
fucking
crap,
Micah.
you know, stupid, horrible Micah. I wish you could have left him in jail in the first act. He comes along and he's like wrecking it from the inside, the gang, and the gang's like tearing each other apart and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like coming to terms with the fact that like the era of thieving that you were really good at is over. And like with, you know, modernization and the world is changing around you, like your time is over. And Arthur's like realizing this at the same time. So he's like kind of passing the legacy to John.
Yeah, but then
And then
like,
John takes up the mantle, like finishes the game, right? And then you set it up for Red Dead Redemption, which was the first game, where John gets shot to death in a barn by the police because he had to rat out his former gang. And it's like really sad. And I cried the whole time.
Because John actually went against what Arthur wanted him to do in the first place. Arthur wanted him to just go and live his life with his wife and kid. But John had to be like, I have to get revenge and everything. And as Arthur always said,
well, he didn't learn his lesson, right? So like Arthur made all these sacrifices so John could start over.
How do you guys not know the story? You guys interview the dude who plays Arthur.
Oh, you mean this dude?
Oh, well, hey there, cowpokes. How y'all doing? Roger Clark here, a.k.a. Arthur Morgan from Red Dead 2. But I can't wait to...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he
I'm like-
dies of tuberculosis, and he's like just laying there watching the sunrise.
As the sun is rising, and and in the video game, you literally see him take his final breath.
I know.
And that's it. You're like, I put so many hours into this game playing as this dude. And can I tell you, Katie, really quick?
I know.
I absolutely hate the epilogue because then it's just John, and I'm like,
Okay, it is not nearly as bad as the epilogue of Red Dead Redemption, where you play as Jack, John's son. I hated the game at that point.
I literally, whenever I replay, I take the longest time before going to Thomas Downs to collect
100%.
the debt.
I
And
do
then-
everything I can as John, so I have to play as Jack the least amount. Seriously, his son, like, I don't know what it was about the voice actor or what, but like, he was like, he'd like yell at his horse. He'd be like, get, go on, get the whole time. And it was like so annoying. And like, this kid he could read and like he could grow up and he could have been great. And he just straight up did not learn his lesson from his dad's sacrifice. And hey, John didn't either, but like, whatever.
Oh my God, Katie, when Arthur's like, Dutch.
I kid you not. That's how he says his name the whole game. Dutch. Dutch.
I think you guys should ask Roger Clark to do that at PopCon.
I know.
It was.
This is a great reminder to join us at PopCon, guys. Both
I
these
have
guys
a
are gonna-
plan.
We're going to Tahiti. Oh, God. And then what was the other? Jonah. And he was like, I just want to hunt bears. And you're like, what? Like the squad was super cool at the beginning of Red Dead 2, where it was like, okay, you got, you know, Dutch with his plans, and you got
Lenny,
who's getting eaten by wolves, and then you got Jonas, can't remember his name. He's like, I want to go hunting. Let's go hunt some bears or whatever. And you're like, all right.
No, you're thinking of oh my God, like, it's not.
What is his
Jonah.
name?
I can't
remember.
think of his name.
Oh my
And
God.
you got Charles. I liked Charles.
Lenny.
Lenny. Okay, so there, for context, there's this scene very early in the game in this town called
Context
Valentine.
was left behind. Many.
We're just
Many
saying
minutes
people's
ago.
names and country accents now.
Did you know
I
that's
don't
the
even
game?
know.
That's the game.
I
And
can't
then you
watch
shoot
Michael B. Jordan die again.
It was like that. I kid you not. So you go to this town called Valentine. It's like this little like Wild West saloon town, right? And you go to find your boy Lenny because he's just gone,
Lenny.
right? Lenny. And
What is this? Still my
you get absolutely wasted.
Arthur gets so
Right.
drunk. And
You
he
get
can't
so
find
drunk, the
Lenny.
screen spinning, and then you get like voice options to like yell at him. So you press the button and he goes, Lenny! Lenny! And you can keep shouting it. And then you go upstairs and you're like looking for him and you step in on this guy having relations with this girl and you're like, Lenny? And then you go back outside and then you're looking for him again and you fall off the balcony and you're like dancing with some randos looking for Lenny. And then you get beat up in the street. Yeah.
The best is when
Did you
Arthur's
find
running
Lenny?
and he's like,
You do.
"You'll never take me alive."
I'm not lying. Tia,
Oh.
you tell the truth.
Oh, Hosea. Katie. Hosea was the other dude with
Hosea. There he is.
who wants to go hunting bears.
All he
He's an
wanted was to
old-ass
hunt
man.
bears. And like, this just goes sideways because Dutch has a plan. And he doesn't tell anybody what the plan is. He just has a plan. I kid you not. He has a plan the whole time. And everybody's like, what's the plan, Dutch? And he's like, I have a plan. I have a plan.
Because Dutch
Does
was a
Dutch
cult
have a
leader.
plan?
No, he
Sounds
doesn't.
like a bad one if he does.
He doesn't have a plan. His
He
whole
doesn't.
plan, because he can't
He
come to
can't admit
terms
he was
that-
wrong and he messed up.
He's
that
a man. Of
America-
course, he can't admit when he's wrong. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's like America is going in the way of having laws, and Dutch is just like, we should be able to go wherever we want and live however we want and steal from everyone, and
He
we're
wants to
really
be
good
an
people.
outlaw.
And then
But he's-
Arthur's like, no, that time is like ending, right? Like with the Pinkertons and, the modernization of society. And at the very before the beginning of the game, they messed up this big heist. And like, he wants to go back to the town to get the money that they left behind. And he's like obsessed with the money. And we're like, no, you're going to be shot on sight. Do not do that. No, we got to go back and get the money.
Also,
Just won't
Dutch
let it go.
Also, one last thing, Dutch is low-key a creep because he keeps getting with girls half his age, and as soon as they like get a little bit older, he's like leaving them for someone even younger. So
And he's got a lot of problems. Let's be real.
a lot of problems. But anyway,
He was the Wild West DiCaprio, is what you're saying.
He wishes.
yeah, as soon
He
as they turn
wishes.
25, it's like,
He wishes, Katie says.
He wishes.
He
This is a
was-
dude. I have a plan. No plan.
I have a
Listens to-
plan.
Who's the worst piece of garbage in the Wild West?
So don't bring that voice actor to PopCon, is what I heard.
Oh no, he did a great job. Like,
Yeah. If you can
wonderful.
make somebody feel so strongly about a character, you do a
Wait,
great job.
No, the
Hey,
guy, the guy who-
And I gotta tell you, this is like further proof of why I'm so excited for Tia to be coming to PopCon.
Finally,
this
someone
year.
who understands me.
And like just from this conversation of like, oh my god, she is just gonna light up the Red Dead guys.
As soon as I see Roger Clark, I'm gonna be like, Lenny.
Look, and now Katie's gonna have somebody there with her to just go absolutely nuts with.
Somebody
Oh,
knows what I'm
God.
talking about.
Kitty's got a wingman, dude. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm
thank God
excited.
it's not me anymore.
I already requested my days off.
Tia's gonna get kicked out of the Red Dead panel.
I'm going to get kicked out of the Red Dead panel.
You're gonna be moderating it. What are you talking about?
They'd
They
still
can't
kick
kick
me
you out.
You're gonna be moderating it again.
I will be perfectly composed.
Get off me. Get
All
off
right.
me.
What else were we gonna talk about? Oh, are
Jonna
you
getting
okay over
attacked
there,
by her
Jonna?
cat.
Donna's getting attacked by a cat.
What? This
That's-
show's just derailed.
Patches, how's dinner coming?
Does Patches have like a goatee going on or something?
Yeah, he does. Doesn't it
Oh,
look good?
Shit.
Oh.
KJ, what you do here?
Ooh.
Look at him.
He
Right.
knows how much I hate it.
Ooh.
But it's so
Fine.
funny. I was over there the other night baking cookies because my oven tried to explode.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Patches was like,
Yeah, that-
we were outside and Patches goes, so what do you think of my goatee? And I was like, I love it personally.
That's a beard. It's not a goatee.
I love it.
Whatever.
It's a proper beard. Look.
I was like, Patches, I love it. You should keep it. He was like, I'm gonna keep it for a
KJ
little bit.
loves to
I was like, as you should.
AJ hates it. I love it.
I
No,
love it.
I
Thank
think
you.
it looks great.
Ryan
Thank
wanted to
you.
know
You
if
look
I,
so distinguished.
Ryan
Thank you
wanted to
so
know if I
much.
lost a bet. No, I'm just sick, Ryan. I'm too weak to fight it.
Yeah.
To be fair, Patches was growing his beard before KJ got sick, so maybe that's why she's sick.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's what made KJ sick.
Yeah, his beard makes me sick.
KJ's like, just wait till I feel better.
He's like, I'm gonna shave it off in your sleep.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I did want to do a little bit of talking Marvel because
No.
and if you don't care, it's fine. Because I'm wondering if you do. They announced the Fantastic Four. I can't do the talking Marvel thing. Somebody else has
Talking
to.
Marvel,
Marvel,
talking Marvel,
talking
talking
Marvel.
Marvel, talking Marvel. Wiki.
They're
Thank
really
you.
gonna make me watch Fantastic Four, aren't they?
They
Yeah,
are.
Hmm.
They
They
put
are.
Pedro Pascal in it just for you.
Oh, they're really gonna make me watch this, aren't they?
I
Yep.
feel like we knew because this rumor hit like half a year ago.
It was like
I remember that
November,
sh-
I think. Yeah.
I remember it circling and people it was like, no, we don't know. It's too early. Like, where's even the
Liars.
source and shit? And it's like, no, they went with it. I think it's great. All of them are fantastic actors. I saw one person saying that the dude they got to play Johnny Storm isn't good looking, and I was like, are you like blind?
Who's playing
Joseph
Johnny?
Quinn. Yeah, I saw a lot of
guy-
people-
Kidding?
Eddie from
Yes.
Stranger Things. Are you joking me right now?
Eddie from
Who
Stranger
would say
Things.
such a thing? That
I
is
know.
blasphemy.
Jonna, it was
Sorry.
all over Twitter. Like people were posting
I don't get on
pictures of
Twitter
Chris
anymore.
Evans and Michael B. Jordan. I'm sorry, X. And they were posting pictures of Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan and saying the era of a hot Johnny Storm is over.
Well, y'all are wrong or
First of
blind.
all-
So
So rude.
Anybody who talks trash about Joseph Quinn.
seconded.
Okay.
John and I are on a roll today that we just agree on
I
everything.
know. Katie, we should hang out or something, man.
So I
Joseph
don't
Quinn, great actor. What are you talking about?
I don't know
I
anything
know.
about him because I only watched the first season of Stranger Things.
Oh,
But
he was
Look.
great. He was
Okay.
great in his season. Like, honestly, stand out.
Okay.
He was in Stranger Things. He was in Les Mis.
Oh,
He was in
in
Catherine the
Les
Great.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
okay.
Okay.
And then what do we know? Vanessa Kirby, she was in The Crown.
I don't know.
Let me look at her face so I know who I'm talking about. Hold
Uh,
on.
I've seen her, I think, in like a thing or two.
Look, the only people I knew were Joseph Quinn and Pedro Pascal. That was all I knew.
That's who
the
I care
other-
about.
The other guy, Ebon something, I forget.
Oh,
He's in
no, I do know her. Okay.
okay,
he-
settle down, guys. One at a time.
the guy Ebon. He was in most recently The Bear on FX,
Yes.
but then he was also
With
in
Jeremy
the Pun-
Allen White?
Yeah,
Sure.
and he was in the 2 seasons of The Punisher on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I
Yeah.
know him from. And it's
Yeah.
it's
Of course.
Eva Moss Backrack. It's a terrible
Yes.
name. I feel so bad for him.
It's not great. It's
not
not
a great name.
very memorable, but
And can I hot take this
ahead.
topic real quick?
Please.
Because normally I am Team Katie. This is the maybe one and only thing where Katie and I differ. I am so damn tired of Pedro Pascal.
I knew he was going to say that.
so
I knew he
tired
was
of
going to
him.
say that.
Kick him off.
I'm not saying
Kick him off.
he's not a great actor. He is a great actor.
Kick
but you know
him
what?
off.
There is such a thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
There is such a thing as oversaturation. I am the
Nuh-uh.
producer of this podcast as
Nuh-uh.
well, and I can put myself back in.
Nuh-uh. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
First off, you're wrong.
Well, I mean, Patches, like, I understand what you're saying. Not that I've watched a lot of stuff with Pedro Pascal in it because, like,
Right.
we all know that I watch stuff like a pottery throwing contest on HBO
Right.
Max.
But that's cool.
Bro, it's so good. I was very caught up in it right before the show started.
Wait,
okay?
so have you not watched Game of Thrones, Last of Us, Narcos?
Narcos was so good. First off,
Narcos was great.
that's where I discovered his handsomeness because he had that ugly ass mustache, and I was like, and he's still
But-
cute.
I do
But
think that
He's-
Pedro
it's
Pascal
never
is
gone
handsome.
away.
But
I
I
mean,
mean,
like-
have to agree with Patches in a sense. It's like, obviously, I know that they're bringing in Pedro Pascal because they want this to be such a massive event for Fantastic Four. My main concern is, yes, he is in literally everything, and that just happens with every actor and actress. They just like shove them. My main concern is Pedro Pascal going to long term be able to play a character that has to have action sequences?
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
the guy,
see.
the
Are you
guy's like
putting him in a
70
retirement
already.
home already?
He's getting up in
He is
age,
known as
and
the
we
dad right now.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like we know how long, like especially now where what was it? They're saying that they're going to make less Marvel movies per year.
Yeah.
So it's like
They
what
should.
he's which they should, but it's like we're gonna see him, and then what? 5 years from now,
Harrison
10 years
Ford
from
just did another Indiana Jones,
and he shouldn't have.
He's only
And he
48.
shouldn't
Yeah,
have.
Jesus.
Honestly, I still haven't watched it. I am.
I think I'm over here
really
thinking,
scared.
friggin' Pedro Pascal's like some grandpa. He's 48.
I'm gonna be 34 and my knee hurts. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna be 30 and
all
my
of
back
us.
hurts every day, but here we are.
I'm just saying.
I see it as okay. You like snacks. You like
His first
sugar,
name's actually
right?
Jose.
You like cookies. You never go to a party and you're like, wow, this is too many cookies. You're like, yeah, cookies. And then you just
eat them
keep
and
going.
you get sick.
All right,
Never
that's
once have you ever been like too many
enough
cookies.
self-control not to eat all the cookies.
right.
Well,
yeah,
Hollywood
thank you,
doesn't
Jenna.
have the self-control to
Because
not.
they know they can make money on it.
And when
Yeah,
there
well,
are no
that's
cookies,
exactly
then
right.
we'll deal with the no cookies. But for now, we enjoy
now-
cookies.
We're
But do
going
you
to
think it's
eat
hurting
all
the
the
brand?
Pedro Pascal that we
Okay,
I'm just saying, like Sydney Sweeney obviously was super popular from Euphoria, and then they shoved her in Madam Web, and I mean Madam Web in general was a disaster. But it's like, you know, just shoving the flavor of the month into everything.
Right.
I'm just playing
Jonna?
devil's advocate here. Sorry.
Yes,
Go
Jonna.
ahead, Jonna.
okay. I would like to say that you can argue the saturation thing with Joseph Quinn also,
Mhm.
because
He's
once
doing a
people
lot lately.
Has he?
watch Stranger Things, he just blew up. And so like now they put Pedro Pascal in Fantastic Four, they're putting Joseph Quinn in Fantastic Four, and then like 2 other people that are kind of like,
Okay.
you know. So I mean, like you could argue it both ways, but they just wanted to make money. They know people are gonna pay to see Pedro Pascal, and people are gonna pay to see Joseph Quinn. So like, I mean, that's what
Right.
anybody does. Why would you make Ben Affleck a Batman if people weren't gonna pay money to see
Well,
him?
but that's just, it just feels like the days of putting like unknown actors into these roles are over, because I always go back to, if you look at the article before the first Thor, it literally says Marvel takes a chance and casts 2 no names to headline Thor, and now like Chris Hemsworth and Tom
I think we
Hiddleston
go
are some
through
of the biggest
cycles,
actors
right?
ever.
Yeah.
Like movie cycles. So there's always like the era of whoever the leading man is, right?
Yes.
And then it's okay, we try to go a little indie, a little fresh, a little new, something we don't know, because we get burnt out. Then we go back to the leading man again. It's like every 10 years we do this.
I mean, they did it with Robert Pattinson in Twilight. Like once Twilight got really big, you saw Robert Pattinson in everything.
Right.
And now he's
right.
Batman.
Right. So like, I mean, it's
No, Katie, he was the Batman.
The Batman.
Oh, when's that second one coming out?
I don't know. I'm gonna watch that one too. So
oh,
Yeah.
never mind. I was gonna say something really mean, and I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Aw, why?
Because we don't have time for trash in DC.
Because it's really
Wow.
like an intrusive thought that I had, but like I'm just gonna keep it in inside of me.
You
Not-
can't tell me these type of things. Then I want to know.
I'll text
Um,
you.
Okay.
I'll text you.
Patches, where are we at with the chicken cordon bleu fingers? Because I would like to eat here in a few minutes.
Yep.
And you're on
Just
the
got to drop
podcast.
them. We're good to go.
Drop 'em.
Drop them
So-
like the mic.
KJ, do we have time for Tia rants, Tia talk?
Tia's hot takes.
Here's hot
Tia's hot
take.
take.
Yeah, let's
Also,
do it.
Jonna
Let's
has
go.
something to talk about. Also,
What?
Okay, all right. Lightning round. Tia's
Okay.
hot take. Go.
Have you guys seen the picture of Bill Skarsgård now as the Crow? Has anyone seen that?
No.
Because I
I have
definitely
not.
suggest.
Hold on.
I
No,
thought we
do not
could-
get excited. It's terrible looking.
Wait, what did you say?
That's-
Bill Skarsgård?
Bill
I
Skarsgård
like Bill
is going to.
Skarsgård.
I do too. That's the thing. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I like the
Yes.
Skarsgård face. Yeah. There's the
Ew.
face. There's the face you should be having, Katie.
He looks like the Joker.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Oh,
why
wow.
Jared Leto's Joker.
why'd he get Jared Letified or something?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my god. Go back to Pennywise, please.
I saw
Isn't that Alexander?
No, that's Bill.
No,
No,
it's Bill.
Wait, Bill Skarsgård is
Pennywise.
Pennywise. Yeah.
What is
Okay.
Alexander Skarsgård? What is he? in?
The dude from True Blood, and he was in Big Little Lies, which was a great.
Look, they've got the
fantastic
cheekbones. Okay, they've
The
got
whole family's beautiful. I'm
Oh,
not-
yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
that my cheekbones were as defined as theirs are. Cause damn, you know,
It's that like
Mhm.
those Swedish genetics, you know. It's like damn,
Mhm.
but
they're like permanent kiss face.
Permanent kiss face.
But yeah, I hate the images that we've seen of Bill Skarsgård when they first cast him in the Crow remake. I mean, obviously my eyes roll in the back of my head now every time I hear about a remake. But I was like, okay. I mean, it's not like they had a few Crow movies. So okay, with different actors. Okay, so Bill Skarsgård is probably a good choice. Then I saw the freaking pictures and I was like, why does he look like Jared Leto's Joker? What does that hair do? What is that freaking why? It's like, I get it. The whole long black trench coat of the original Crow movie is so 90s, but do we have to have modern day shit attire in this? I'm sorry.
I
really
what?
hate it.
I think that's justified.
How are we feeling?
I think that's justified.
I hate it. Why can't you maintain the style of the original movie? That's why it's still a classic. That's why people still like it. It's like, if you're going to do a modern movie, you don't have to have, I don't know. I hate the hair. What is that hairstyle? It's a mullet, but worse. And it's like,
it is bad. Yeah.
It's really bad. And it's
very bad.
I don't know. How can you sign off on this, Bill Skarsgård? This is terrible looking. I don't know. I don't like it. So
I think a lot of take this with a grain of salt. I think a lot of actors right now, because Marvel is such a big. Sorry, the cats are making noise.
Was that what that was? I just thought it was Patches in the kitchen.
No, that was the cats jumping on my table, and I was very worried, so I didn't know what was going on. So I had to. But I think a lot of actors now, I mean, Dakota Johnson. Why is she in an action movie? Why is
there was no need. There was no need.
But I think a lot of actors now are I'm signing on for this movie because it's Marvel. I can say that I was in the Marvel franchise.
But Bill Skarsgård was already in a Marvel, a comic book movie. He was in Deadpool. I mean, he got killed off in 2 seconds, but
oh yeah, he was
well, then that doesn't count.
But you were in it.
Count.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Why
do we have to have a remake? Good question.
Realistically, we don't. There's no reason.
No,
I think again we go through phases, right? We're like, oh yeah, new ideas, whatever, and then we kind of run out of ideas. Then we're like, oh, let's just remake one thing.
If you run out of ideas,
and another.
Don't do anything.
They've been running out of ideas for the last 15 years.
Guys, don't you know it's really hard to come up with new ideas?
It is. All right. A new idea. I'm going to Jonna because I got to go to bed, you guys. Yay! It's almost time for NyQuil.
It's 8:30.
It's almost time for NyQuil.
Oh wait, is it what's got Jonna weeping? I could do the
yeah. Can you do it, please, Tia? Go ahead and interview.
Okay, I'm gonna direct you a little. Less evil, more sad.
I was closer. Okay,
it's more like
take three, and 3, 2, 1.
You legit sounded like ZZ Top. Good job.
It's time for What's Got Jonna Weeping.
All right, take it away, Jonna.
Okay, well, it's nothing that has me weeping, actually. Surprisingly, nothing's been making me cry lately, except for being alive.
I mean.
Sorry. That's one of those intrusive thoughts, you know?
So relatable.
So anyway, my coworker and friend, we went to the movies last Saturday and we saw Lisa Frankenstein. Let me tell y'all, that was the most unhinged, hilarious movie I've seen in a long time. And
that is not what I was expecting.
It's based in 1989. So
Good
obviously
times.
it's right up my alley, right? Because it's in the 80s. So it's got the girl who plays Claire in Supernatural, Catherine Newton, and it's got I'm pretty sure the guy who plays her dad is the dad from Stranger Things. I'm not positive, but I think that it's him. He looks just like him. And then it's got Cole Sprouse in it.
Ooh.
And you know we love the Sprouse twins, okay?
Yes, we do.
They're everything to me. So Cole Sprouse's character is dead. And Catherine's character Lisa is like she witnessed her mom getting murdered.
Oh.
Like by like a literal axe murderer, right? And so then like she has to go live with her dad and her stepmom and her stepsister, and she's all like lonely and like real goth or whatever. And she goes to this cemetery that's called, what's it called? Bachelor's Cemetery or something like that. So it's like it's where all of the men who weren't married when they died get buried.
What?
Okay, that's messed up.
It's called Bachelor's Grove Cemetery.
So wait, why Frankenstein? Like, does he get resurrected?
Yes. So Cole Sprouse' character is dead, right? And she goes to his like grave sometimes, and like she just sits there and talks to him. And
Does she know him?
No, he died like in the 1800s or something like that, right? Like it's so wild. Okay. So then she goes to this party and she gets dosed with PCP. And she's like tripping balls, and she goes to the cemetery, and she's at his headstone has a big ass bust of his face.
Because why not?
And so she's like, I wish I could be with you. And then there's like this big lightning storm, obviously, and he comes to life, right? He like breaks into her house, and she's like, I didn't mean like I wanted to be like with you. I mean I wanted to be like I wanted to be like dead.
Oh.
What kind of unhingedness
Bro, it
is
was
this?
unhinged. Okay, so then like he gets. Y'all gotta watch it because it's so like it was so good for me that like if this was back in the day, I would buy it on DVD.
You can still buy.
You can still buy.
I know, but like nobody watches like DVDs anymore, right? Like
I do.
You might want to buy physical media because once things go off of streaming platforms, you no longer own them. Just
okay, but like you remember back in the day before we had streaming platforms. And if you wanted to see your favorite movie, you had to buy it or rent it. I would buy it, okay? I would pay $20 for it. I wouldn't even wait till it went to the $5 bin. I would pay the $70 for it.
Okay, do it.
Okay.
I still have all my Buffy DVDs. I still have almost all of the Marvel stuff. Like,
yeah,
you know, I still
fuck
have
that shit.
DVDs. Mhm.
So anyway, Cole Sprouse comes to life and he's a zombie, right? And she's like trying to hide him or whatever. And then her stepmom is like an evil stepmother or whatever. And she's like trying to send her to the loony bin or whatever. And then Cole Sprouse's character kills her stepmom with a sewing machine. He just like bashes her over the head with it, right?
Oh my god!
Wow.
And like, so of course he's like a zombie, so he's like missing a hand and he's like missing one of his ears. So he cuts off the stepmom's ear, and Lisa sews it onto him, right? And then like they're doing like he's getting like electrocuted in this tanning bed that her stepsister won at a competition or something. And then they're like cutting off people's hands, and then there's one part where she finds out that her stepsister is sleeping with the guy that she likes, as like Cole Sprouse's zombie character is like falling in love with her, right?
Stick your dead boyfriend on her.
But he can't talk. But he's like so jealous that she likes this other guy. And then she finds out that her stepsister is sleeping with this guy that she likes, right? And Cole's let's just say that the guy gets murdered. And
Spoilers.
I'm not going to tell you like how he gets murdered, but he gets murdered. And it's hilarious. They're literally just going around like killing people to like get body parts, right? So he can be like a real
As
boy.
one does.
And then it's not funny, but it's like funny because at one point Lisa's like they're like finding out that they're like she's murdering all these people, right? And so she's like, this is the only way we can be together. So she goes and it's not funny, but it's funny. She decides to go and electrocute herself in the tanning bed to kill herself.
But he's not dead.
Yeah,
No.
he rose up.
So her family thinks that she's dead, right? When you get to the end, spoilers, I'm just going to tell you guys because it was like, I was like, there's no way she's dead, right? Because Cole Sprouse's like zombie is like still alive, right? Literally at the end, Cole Sprouse says like maybe 5 lines in the whole movie and they're at the end. And she and her all bandaged up because she's dead, basically. and laying on his lap while he's reading her like this poem or whatever, and she's like alive, and I'm like, bro, it was wild. It was such a good movie though. Like I was cracking up. It was unhinged. It was hilarious. It was everything I didn't know I needed in my life.
You put a review up on kjontheair.com for
I
that
did,
too, right?
in fact.
Okay.
I did. It was. I did so much this weekend. I was like,
I know.
about
I
it.
know.
But yeah, no,
Productive.
so if
You
you guys,
busy.
I would suggest going to see it in the theaters. I know it'll probably be out on streaming soon because when we saw it in the theater, it was in like one of the small theaters. So that's how you know that it's not doing well. So like, but it's really good. And Cole Sprouse does a great job of like being a zombie and like his mannerisms and like all. It's so good. I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for getting me through this.
Did you get through
it? I don't know, barely.
Look, if you're listening to this, KJ put up a thing and it says, on behalf of the Kinda Nerdy Girls management, we're sorry this doesn't make any sense.
I feel like
Ready to you.
I feel like that applies to the entire episode.
This episode was a lot.
This episode was unhinged and hilarious.
There's
The
your
very
title.
well produced KJ Today Show, which has a roadmap that we follow. It's coming up on Wednesday, March 6th. Alan Tudyk is our special guest, and
Ooh.
Gamer Katie is going in for producer Jonna. I know.
Even though I'm still gonna be here in the state.
I know.
Wow. Okay, let me be real, and I'm going to set expectations now. I better get nominated for the Kinda Nerdy Awards this year.
It's the only reason you're coming is to get the nomination.
Yeah, I need a
right?
nomination.
Well, I would think that an episode with Alan Tudyk and you is going to be an award-winning episode.
Let's be real. I'm going to carry that episode.
I know you are. I know. Well, you better.
And ladies and gentlemen, just if you were wondering, this episode of the Kinda Nerdy Girls podcast was brought to you by nothing.
Oh, okay.
I scrambled to get a Conquest Journals graphic. I was like, oh, Patrick.
I mean, we can do that too. So,
Ooh,
Conquest Journals to sponsor this right now.
of course.
Not after we just told him nothing.
Right?
No, that is something. That is very much something.
Look at that beautiful kitty
Ooh.
pencil pouch that comes with go ahead, Patches, take it away.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to use my announcer voice and go, that is the Waiting for the Night companion pencil pouch.
Ooh.
That goes with the Waiting for the Night reading journal.
Oh.
Find
Ooh.
all of your needs, especially the reading journal. As of right now, we are out of stock, but you can find it on Amazon.com.
Oh, look, Jonna's got it
there
right
it is.
there.
Ooh.
Or you can go to Jonna's,
Are you out of stock because Jonna stole them?
or you can go to Jonna's house.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I will be shopping at Conquest Journals next week while I'm off.
Oh. All right, guys, I have got to take NyQuil.
That's your
You need
bedtime.
to eat before you take NyQuil.
I was gonna say Patches has been slaving away over there for your food. You
I
better
know.
eat stuff. What do they call cordon bleu?
Chicken
Chicken
cordon
fingers.
bleu
Fingers.
chicken cordon bleu fingers.
Sounds
how does that even-
delicious.
How does it even happen? Because isn't chicken cordon bleu like stuff inside of a chicken breast, breaded and fried? Or am I thinking of chicken Kiev?
No,
I think that's cordon bleu.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't know.
But this one is a chicken breast strip.
Get
rolled-
closer to the microphone, Patches.
Oh, sorry about that. This
I'm producing
is-
now.
Yeah, sorry. This is a grilled chicken strip that is laid on top of ham and Swiss cheese and rolled up and then breaded.
Mm.
That sounds
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
It's
chicken
pretty good,
cordon
yeah.
bleu
And then
sushi.
Patches makes like homemade honey mustard.
Ooh.
I love honey mustard. It's my
Ooh,
favorite
it's So
condiment.
good.
Mm.
You know what? Shout out to KJ and Patches Kitchen because it's been
I
saving
know.
lives. Okay, mine mostly.
Doing the Lord's work.
I think that's what I'm most excited about at the end of April. Not the popcorn, not just the food.
You'll be eating good.
Oh, you're gonna be eating good. You know what, Tia? I'm gonna bake you. Tia, what are your favorite kind of cookies?
Don't say oatmeal raisin.
Please don't.
Y'all.
I love
Exactly. That's the right answer.
Okay, so this is a bit weird, but I love peanut butter cookies, but I also love chocolate chip cookies.
With the
so-
little
Okay,
like
weird.
with the
yeah, with the
Okay,
little
bet.
fork and everything.
I'm gonna make you some peanut butter cookies for when you come visit. That's my thing now. Is I'm
How come
baking
I don't get
cookies.
cookies?
You helped me make the cookies that got me the love of my life. Thank you.
Yeah, but I don't get them.
Y'all trying to kill me? Can we?
I'm
KJ,
sorry.
Can we take the cookie conversation to the text message, please?
No, we cannot.
Look, you guys can leave. Me and Katie are gonna stay and talk about cookies.
Yeah. And we'll talk about Zuko and cookies.
All right. Kind of nerdy girls after KJ leaves.
I love you guys. Thank
Love you guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Join the